The whistleblowing website WikiLeaks has begun releasing sensational information on the multi-billion-dollar global spying industry. The database contains hundreds of documents shining a light on the methods being used by secret services all over the world. RT's Laura Smith now joins us live with details. Well, Laura, go on then. Tell us all about these spy files, will you?
Well, at the moment, there are 287 of them that have already been released, but that's just the beginning, according to WikiLeaks. And they detail what WikiLeaks is calling mass surveillance that's going on a global scale. They say that 10 years ago, this is an industry that really didn't exist, but that 9/11 provided essentially a license for companies to start developing spying systems that basically affect all of us. And now there are 160 companies in 20 different countries all developing this software, and it's an industry that's completely unregulated. And just to sort of bring it down to the basics, Julian Assange said, you know, he did a quick survey around the room in this press conference that we were at this morning, and he said, who here owns an iPhone or uses Gmail or has a BlackBerry? And everyone puts their hands up, and he says, basically, you know, you are under surveillance, and that is without a doubt. These systems are able to spy on email, they're able to track what you look at on the internet, they're able to track keystrokes of what you search for in a Google search, for example, and that telephones are inherently tracking devices in their own right. You're carrying around a device that enables people to know where you are at any given time. There's also software that can be remotely installed on your telephone to record conversations that you have, and also, amazingly, to take photographs of you and whoever you're with and send them to whoever wants to see them, the relevant agencies. The CIA apparently is using software which can detect a voice print and match it instantly and know who it is you're speaking to, identify callers on the telephone. And in fact, Assange has been working on this for some time, and he told me when I interviewed him some months ago that Facebook was a perfect tool for the CIA, that the CIA could essentially track anything that was going on via Facebook. This is software that's being made by Western companies and then sold to countries which include, according to WikiLeaks, Tunisia, Syria, Egypt and Libya. And you can look for yourselves and see these documents. They're all online at wikileaks.org/spy files. But I'll just give you one example, which is of a contract that WikiLeaks has uncovered between a French company called Amasis with the late Colonel Gaddafi's former regime in Libya to track mobile communications. And WikiLeaks says it has evidence that that software was used to track Libyans' opponents of Gaddafi's who were living in the UK at the time, even though this software, as I say, is completely illegal in Western countries. Sorry, it's illegal to use these kinds of software by any kind of agency to obtain blanket information on groups of people. In Tunisia, WikiLeaks says that it has proof that the use of this software and the information gained from the use of software like this has resulted in people dying at the hands of the regime. And it's not being used anymore to track individuals. They were at pains to point out that it's used to track whole communities, whole ethnic groups, whole nations, surveillance on an industrial scale. And Assange didn't have any advice to us as to how we could protect ourselves against this kind of tracking. He said that counterintelligence software must be developed, but it hasn't been developed yet. More files coming out, as I say.
Wow. Aunties, Laura Smith live in London. Thank you.